Okay, welcome everybody to today's reading. We have three groups for you to choose from. The reading for today is actually going to be what it is that you think people think of you, or how people perceive you, versus the reality of what they actually think or how they really perceive you. So with the three groups, we have group 1 with the Caribbean Calcite, group 2 with the Apophyllite, and we have group 3 with the Pistachio Calcite. So you can take a moment to choose whichever group you feel the most drawn to. Timestamps are in the description box, and we will get started with group 1. Okay, welcome group 1 to today's reading. The reading is going to be what you think people think of you and what they actually think of you. So for those of you following along, actually watching the video, on the left here is going to be what you would think people are thinking of you. And on the right here is going to be how they actually think of you, okay? I keep getting the word controversial, so you may think that people see you as controversial. I was also getting something about thinking that you can't do anything right, and that might be also one of those things that you would think people think about you is you can't do anything right. And just keep in mind that the energy could be flipped here, but for the purpose of this reading, I'm going to read it the way that I've already laid out. Okay, so we have the unseen. So you genuinely might not actually feel seen at all. Yeah. Beyond the heart, beyond the mind and the heartbeats. Beyond the mind, the heartbeats. Beyond the mind, heartbeats. I wonder if you feel like people see you or like think of you in a way where, I don't know, like I almost get a lost soul type energy where it's like maybe you feel like people see you just like aimlessly floating about without direction. And if it's not that, there's some type of like confusion here between like the heart and the mind. Maybe it's not a confusion, but you might feel like people see you more in like your head as opposed to your heart, or vice versa, being like a very heart-led person as opposed to in your head, like using your head for like, you know, logical thinking or common sense or thing. I don't know, something there. You may feel like people, even though you could feel unseen or misunderstood by people or something like that, I do get the sense here that you may feel like people see a lot of hurt in your eyes, or that people have seen you be sad or go through certain things that were like not good experiences, and that maybe somewhere in amongst all that, it kind of like washed the color out of your life or like out of your lens. It's like something happened that made it made all the colors of the world a little more faded or a little less bright, like a little more dull. Okay. Yeah, and we have the Nine of Swords, so it's like very much the in your head, absolute mess, could be insomnia, very stressed, or just dealing with like really just being stuck between like a rock and a hard place, but like kind of extreme. Okay, there is also something here where people may see you as like you may feel people see you as being like very spiritual, very in touch with nature, or the I don't know, the universe, the cosmos, all of that. And we also have the Star card here as well. So it's like you may sometimes feel, although beautiful, a little bit weird or separated, like out from the group, or you may feel on your own, or kind of that thing where it's like, I don't know, do you feel like you are so different or unique to those around you that it's hard for you to kind of fully blend with the people around you or something like that? This very much is like not feeling at home, not feeling seen, feeling misunderstood, just feeling like you're so different from other people, like it causes you like a lot of stress, or I don't know, is it sadness or grief or something, where it's like just being really upset by these thoughts and feelings of how other people could perceive you. And for some of you, you may wonder if people actually just like that. It's like I get the sense that, I don't know, it's weird. So on one hand, it's like, yeah, I'm putting myself out there, just being my, you know, myself and all its wonderful weirdness, colors or uniqueness, or even if I am real different or different to the group or other people, doing my own thing, even if other people think what I do is kind of like weird. It's just, or like maybe not weird, but like out there. Like maybe you just aren't afraid to do things that, you know, to other people would kind of be, I'm getting like the words like social unaliving, like, so it's like you might do things that others would consider like cringe or weird, or it's like going against the grain of society, or it's like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like I'm just getting lost in all the words trying to explain it. So you also may feel like people do not see you as a person who effectively communicates, or you could feel like people see you as a person who, I don't know, that you're kind of clumsy or a bit of a mess at times. And it is in the way you communicate, though. It's what it really comes back to. I don't know if you guys actually feel like you're clumsy or messy in other areas of your life, but there's something here where it's like, I don't know, there is like an elegant and beautiful kind of nature here and a softness to it, but it's also very strong. And it's like there's a lot of opposing energies here where it's like you can really be one thing and embody another at the same time, because we very much have the star who's like very welcoming and doing what they can for the good of everybody. And they are really beautiful in who they are, and they are on a purpose-led journey. But they also are not afraid to kind of hold a boundary, speak the truth, or say the hard things that other people aren't willing to. So there's a lot of things here where it's like you may think people see you as not a people pleaser. That's one of the best ways I could see. And if it's not a people pleaser, maybe you don't buy into cultural, societal norms. I think that's what I was trying to get at when I was like going through all those words, right? But yeah, I don't know. Do you think people see you as a mess? I actually wonder, like, do you think that people see you as like a mental or emotional mess or something here? But then at the same time, it's like you think people don't really see who you are at your core, but they just see these kind of like, it's almost like flat affect, two-dimensional, surface level kind of things. But it's like, in saying that, I think there's certain things that you could acknowledge that if people could see, this is something that you think they see, right? Is that you're this like, I don't know if it's like that you're a spiritual person, or if you're like a divinely complex being or something like that. Like this would be like a person with a lot of depth, okay? Yeah. But also you could, there's that real potential to like come off like, I don't know if it's mysterious or if it's like, the unknown. So it's like you could feel like to people you come off as like a weird unknown, I don't know, energy that to you it like makes perfect sense that you're in sync and symbiosis with the world and the universe and everything around you. But then at the same time, it's like to other people it looks strange, and what they don't know people sometimes fear, or they misunderstand or misconstrue, and or there's something here where it's like you may feel like people think you have an agenda when you don't really, or something like that. Okay, so now that we've got that side of it kind of laid out for the foundation, we're going to look at what people actually think of you. So the first thing is that I think people may see you as putting on a brave face, or putting on some type of like facade to the outside world. It's like almost like a deflective type quality where it's like, yep, I'm fine, I'm all good, or being, I don't know, it's like, I don't want to say it's like surface level. It could be a bit surface level, but it's like maybe people see you as portraying one face to the world, but they know that there's a whole lot more there beneath the surface. Like there's a whole lot more there. So they know that they're just getting one side, or they think that they're just getting like one side of you. And they know that there's a lot more there, that underneath it all is kind of like, I don't know, it gives me the impression of like, I was going to say brewing at the surface, but I don't think that's it. It's like bubbling up to the surface, or like right behind the mask is like this vastness. I do get a little bit of a void energy, so there are some people here that could actually think that you're in some type of, that almost like a lost quality, or dealing with a lot of darkness or something like that. So some of these things, may actually line up. Okay, so the other thing here is that people could think that you put a happy face out to the world, but like really there's just a lot of sadness, or maybe even if it's not sadness, it's like you're actually dealing with a really, truly terrible time. And maybe you're just not actually comfortable with like kind of putting that forward in some way. It is a little bit protective, but I feel like it's mostly just not having to go there when you're not ready to. Okay, now we also have every journey starts with a single step. So people could definitely see you in a very transformative energy, as in having come really far from where you started out, or very like being well and truly on your journey. It's like they know that you're not where you're going to end up at. It's like they know that there's more to your story here to unfold that hasn't necessarily happened yet. I feel like this could also actually be indicative, I don't know, of you, what is it, like you've got so much more to open up. I feel like some of you guys are on the precipice. This is what people think, that you're on the precipice of being at a stage where you could open up more and sharing what you have. I think it's like people think you have a lot more knowledge or wisdom or beauty to share with the world than what you do. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's like people think that you're trying to tamp down your whole self to suit other people, but it's not really to suit other people. It's like more to suit you or something like that. So I think, I don't know, it's hard to say. Is this like everybody? Is this like a general thinking from a random people? Kind of, yeah. Okay, let's see. People do think that you are very feminine, that you, maybe the face that you put forward in some ways is kind of masculine, but like underneath that is sort of harder, tougher exterior is actually a quite softer version of you, or a more feminine version of you that not everybody gets. But I feel like, I don't know if you necessarily hide it. People also see like a lot of duality here, or they think, yeah, that's not even thinking, they see duality here. So it is kind of, there is a sense of you being a person that is a little bit hard for them to wrap their head around. And they could have seen you go through some really, really, like, I don't know, tough hardship, like hard times. I don't know, with whether that was like health, money, or like moving around, not really having a steady home, or I don't know if you didn't have family that supported you or something like that. There's something here, even if it's not family, even if it was like close community, like you didn't have close people in your corner. And so, but people think that you're victorious and you're really strong and you're overcoming it's like you beat the odds. It's like you, what is that movie? It's like may the odds ever be in your favor. Katniss Everdeen. Hunger Games. Is it Hunger? Yeah. Okay. I think people see you as overcoming crazy level situations that they don't know how you did, or if you could again, if you had to. I don't think they're underestimating you, but I feel like it's kind of one of those things that they might look at what you went through as a situation that most people probably, even if they could get through it the first time, might not endure a second round. But it's also something here where it's like a testament to who you are, to your name, to your soul, to your, I don't know, your character. It's like such strong character that, like, I think people see you as a person that they wouldn't want to challenge, and they know that if they were faced with what you had to experience, that they very much might not have like come out the way that you did. Some of these people think that you've come out as something incredible unscathed, like without a scratch, without anything. So some of these people, I kind of get an essence here, some of these people are actually not seeing, like, I don't know, it's weird because it's like, yeah, they see all the stuff that you went through, but I don't think they realize how it affected you. So some of them think that it didn't really affect you. Others of them, it's like they want to acknowledge, they know that it affected you. It's like, duh, well, how could that not affect anybody, let alone them, even if they see you as so strong. But it's like some of them, they just see you as like, what is it, like unopposing. It's like there is no like tougher person. I'm sorry guys, the words are not really coming to me, so I'm trying to do the best I can right now with this, but it's like a force to be reckoned with. Some of these people see you as like absolutely just taking out the competition without even trying. It's like just taking 3 steps, walking over that first entry point or line into a new town, and people are like, whoa. So people see you as a person to be threatened of, to be paying attention to be like, I don't know, it's like people see you as a person who could really rival them if that ever came up. So people don't want to rival you. That's like what they think. They think, yeah, you'd be an absolute force to be reckoned with. And there is like, it is they definitely have an acknowledgement of like a strong character. And if you don't resonate with that, they think that you have very strong character. It gives me, they think that you have an unfathomably strong backbone. Yeah, like this group would be the group that everybody is like, they do not falter, they do not give in, you know, they don't lower their standards, they don't, you know, none of that. Yeah. You're not going to stoop to other people's levels. It's like, some of them may see you as a person that it's like, I don't know, some of them may think that it's pride, while others see it as like that very strong integrity, even to the point of like it could be a little bit too detrimental to you, where it's like you will really put yourself in harm's way to actually not bend in terms of your character. Yeah. So some people could kind of, in a sense, they're like, yeah, they acknowledge that you're strong and that you've like overcome some crazy level stuff, but like they kind of wonder whether it was like bravery or if it was just like a little bit of like, was it luck or a little bit of lack of intelligence or something? And that's not for everyone. I feel like it's like a very small group of the people that think this. So it's like, when I say that, it is for everyone in this reading, but it might only be like 1 or 2 people out of like everyone that you kind of come into contact with that might actually think that way. It doesn't give me a general consensus or anything like that. It's not even a small enough, like it's not even a big enough group. Even if it was like 3 or 4 people, could be maybe worthwhile giving a bit more weight to. But I do have to say, keep in mind that this is what people think, and they do have random thoughts, and thoughts are fluid and ever changing, but also, and I'm not defending these people, but it's also that thing where like people can project quite a lot as well, especially when they don't really see the entirety of your situation. So with that said, we'll move on. Some of these people literally think that you, I don't know, it's like magic. So it doesn't, I don't know, they may not see you as a person who's out there doing magic tricks, but if you, like we were getting messages like at the start that you could potentially be like a person who's a bit spiritual. So they may see something that you do or that you kind of subscribe to as being that mystical type energy. Some of these people could actually, yeah, it is giving a little bit of energy worker type stuff here. But for some of you, it's just that evolution. It's like, what I would say to those of you who the spiritual energy stuff doesn't really resonate with is that they see you, yeah, it's like that strong character, standing up straight, ever growing. You know, you're willing to sweep the floors to kind of climb the ladder and do things properly without having to take another person down. It's such strong character, and it's like transformation in, it's like transmuting something in the physical world. It's like very grounded is how people see you. They see you as taking real world steps. And this may surprise some of you, but people actually see you as a lot more solid than what you would kind of give them credit for, how you perceive they think of you. So there's something to be said there for that. And now, what else is there? Yeah, I just think most people, they would not want to, they don't want to come up against you. Okay, we need to take another card. So, and I don't even think it's because they don't think that you'll like play dirty or do anything bad to them. They just see you as like an unformidable opponent. That's what I was trying to say earlier. It's just taken me this long to get there, but anyway. Yeah, and you're a bit of a wild card. It's like, I think there's something here where because of how like integral or authentic you are in your person. There's something about you where it's like you're not playing up to a narrative and you're not people pleasing and all of that. So it's like it would actually, but I also feel it's that strong character again. It's like you are this like person of substance, and there's a lot more to you, and they know that. But because of that, so much of it's unseen that, yeah, there is this like wild card kind of quality too. I did kind of feel the need to like touch on the zodiacs for like, there could be Scorpio, but then, you know, on the Wheel of Fortune, we've got all the fixed signs. So we have like Aquarius, Leo, we have Taurus and Scorpio as well. So there's all of them there. I feel the need to clarify for this group. So the zodiacs don't actually have to apply. It could just be this energy, which I'll get into a little bit more on the fixed energy. But I felt the need to... Oh, don't tell me it's not going to go. All right, we'll touch on the fixed energy. So the fixed energy, it's like... It's that do not falter. It's that strong character. This is like confirmation of everything I've been saying so far. Being yourself, not bending. It's like... you know, you can come off very rigid to people as well. Yeah. Strong character. Is there anything else? No. Okay, we'll keep going. All right. How much more do we have here? So, where is our what's the tea cards? Let's go. Alrighty. So for what people think, we have legal issues, fake accounts, impersonator, bad karma, and a forcer. All right. So I feel like I just want to tell you guys that this particular deck is going to pick up on these types of energies more than my other decks. But again, this is not actually what people think. This is what you think other people think. Or it could be, maybe it's not all of it, but it's like most of it. If there's anything here that actually doesn't resonate for you, don't take it. Just leave it for other people in the group that it does resonate for, and just apply, you know, what actually does resonate. So you could think that people see you as kind of like a legal, I don't know, that I can't tell here whether it's a case of like publicly people know that you're going through something legal, or if it's a case that it's like you're a person who, I don't know, there's something about it where it's like higher level, I don't know, it's like, I'm trying to say high-end problems, so just take that as you will. But for some of you, it's like entanglement. It's like, for some of you, you think that people see you as a very fair person, but a person who's willing to kind of die on that rock where you'll fight for fairness. I don't know. I think it's like very courageous. It's like, okay, so I'm getting a bit muddled through the energy. So you could think that people think that you are dealing with a lot of legal issues, right? You could also think that other people think, I don't know, do you think people are using fake accounts to like check out your social media, and that's, yeah. Or do you think other people think you're using fake accounts? There's something like that. And we do have the impersonator here as well. So I don't know, you could think that other people see you as not like a true version of yourself, but this is very contradictory. So I'd say that this almost feels like, do you just have a lot of circulating thoughts where it's like, well, I know I put myself forward in this way that's very authentic to me, or that's just how I live in the world. But then, you know, maybe it's like you think different people think different things about you. That would make heaps more sense, where it's like, you know, that some people would think of you in this like way where you are just really different, whereas other people, you may actually think they think you're kind of taking on this like impersonator type energy where like, I don't know, it's a bit icky. And so we'll keep going. You could think that other people see you as like a karmic or a person who is like manipulative or trying to get your way in something. All right, now we're going to take the cards for what they actually think. Do you think that people think that you're a little bit eccentric at times or something, or you're very serious or something like that? What people actually think, they actually want you back. They think that you've got no money, bankrupt and broke ass, said twice. That other people are actually copying you or stealing your work or feeding off something that you do, even if it is just gossipy type of energy. I know it could be a match, like people could actually, that impersonator and creativity card, there could be people that kind of think that you're like, there's something about you that's not right. Some people think that you just have a bad reputation, and there is like a level of like toxicity here. So I don't know. Remembering that this is just what people think doesn't necessarily make it true either, okay? Or an accurate representation, because I don't know who is coming through for you. I'm just going to take a moment and see if I can get a little bit of like clarification before we go forward. I'm not really getting a lot. What I am getting is that if you could, it's like, I don't know, something about your nervous system. So it's like, maybe, I just feel like a reading like this to you would actually be a little bit hard hitting. I don't know. Okay, what else do we have here? So what you think people think, what people actually think. I know there's definitely a few overlapping qualities here, but can we get a little bit of information on like the reality, like not the reality, I feel like, you know, it's everyone's reality, but it's like what has happened when no, like what did happen, not just people's thoughts, like not people's perceptions, what actually, I don't know, do we need to get what's happened? I feel like for this group I need to. I don't know if I'm going to do this with the other groups, okay? So yeah, you guys are like protecting yourself. You could be grieving something. You could have a lot of like, I don't know. And it's hard to say whether it's like emotional. Maybe you just have a lot of emotions. Or maybe it's like you're working your way out of them, but you've only just started, or I'm not sure. Do you get, I don't know, I wonder for this group if you would be sometimes like emotionally attached to an outcome, which yeah, it's pretty normal anyway. I do feel for the most part that you are genuinely like pretty sweet, and pretty, I feel like it's like honest intentions and just wanting like an altruistic good outcome. Just being met with other people's issues and agendas, or there's something here where it's like your energy is so like innocent or honest, and it's like you may accidentally offend people. But I don't think it's even through any fault of your own. I actually feel like a lot of people are kind of projecting onto you, or they don't like something. It's like they don't like the fact that you get to be this way and that they're not that way. Yeah, so it could leave some people in their feelings feeling funny about you, or it could leave them sitting with their own emotions, like realizing they've got a lot of stuff that's kind of hasn't been dealt with. So there's that. Some of you could potentially you could get a little bit like, I don't want to say the word, not hot-headed, but like, is it defensive, or it's like you might be quick to jump to the defense or something. I don't know. It might just be a case, because we do have like it's actually quite protective energy. it could be like watching out for danger. So you might not actually be a very, like, you know, defensive person, but you could actually be on the lookout for people that are kind of going to do you wrong. So it's a little bit of like a hyper vigilant energy here. But I feel like, you know, even if you've got your stuff that you're working through, I think it's very obvious, it's very clear that you have very good intentions. Yeah. Okay, can we see something from this other person's side? I feel like we started out with a group, and I feel like right now we're narrowing in on like one person's kind of like what happened on their end in a situation, because this is kind of turned into a real, I don't know, a bit of a muddled pool of a reading, because it's like what you think they think of you to what they actually think of you to kind of what happened on both sides. Yeah, it looks like this person wanted something more or something different or something else to compare to what they had, and they seen it as like a shortcut to some type of like riches or status. If it wasn't riches or status, it could have just been like comfort. It could have been like having all their needs met and taken care of, and I don't know, like choosing to walk away from you. I just need to say, some of these people could have decided that there was more out there for them than whatever the situation was, and they really wanted to just be stable. Like they just wanted like stable routine, knowing like consistency, knowing what to expect kind of from relationships or something like that. They want to make sure that they're actually taken care of. And so they chose to walk away or find a way to like leave this situation. They could have just pulled back their energy a lot from you or whatever happened here. And it's like when they did, there could have been some type of betrayal linked to that. So it's like this person decided maybe this isn't what I want anymore. And so when they stopped giving it priority, they felt betrayed in some way by like the actions that were taken. And it left them feeling quite heartbroken or emotional, and maybe ready to go to war in some sense, but also just being kind of strategic in how they do it. It's like I don't know, it's a funny energy. I might see if I can get a little bit more from it. I do get in a sense that this person had a hard time knowing how they were going to, it's that whole strategizing how to come in a situation. Like they didn't know whether they should be honest or play dirty, which is a really weird energy. And for others of you, it's not really that. For others of you, it's like they just didn't know whether they should try to fight for you. So yeah, I know you know your situation better than anybody, but it's like for some of you, they wanted to fight with you over what happened, whereas others of you, they didn't know whether they should actually fight for the continuation of the relationship or to kind of make amends here, as opposed to just like moving on to the next thing and just leaving the whole situation in the wake. So yeah, take what resonates here. For those of you that do want to work with crystals, the Caribbean Calcite would actually be a beautiful energy for this type of scenario. Really like soothing, calming, grounding, really nice and cool. Anything else here? No. I do feel like the energy overall, at least between these two people here we've had kind of come through in the back end of the reading, it does seem unresolved and it feels quite tense, or like there's still quite a lot of energy here, or like a dense energy or something like that really needs to be transmuted in some way. So what I don't know, is this new? No. Okay. Do we need to look into it anymore? No. Okay. All right. Group 1. Hopefully this is helpful to you all in some way. Bit of a different reading. I had some extra messages come through in the back end there that kind of want to jump on the theme as well. And I'll see you all in another one. Take care. Okay, welcome group 2. If you chose the Apophyllite, then this will be your reading today on what you think people think of you versus what they actually think of you. So we have the first group here on the left for those of you following along watching the video, and we have the second group on for what they actually think of you on the right. So starting off, it feels like some of you may think people see you as like a very enlightened, transformative, spiritual, wise person, a person with a lot, I don't know if it's like a lot of knowledge, or it definitely, for some of you, definitely will stem on to that whole like spiritual, occultist, high priestess type energy, healer type energy as well, and being very in touch with like the heavens or the universe and the cosmos and all of that. Like as if you would perceive a higher guidance or something, and that you are very nurturing, very feminine, very in touch with the feminine energy, that you could, if you are like a parental or carer figure for someone, that you are super nurturing. And even if you don't actually have like children or, you know, other people or animals that you're taking care of in some way, that it potentially gives the energy of like if you were facilitating some type of workshop, that you are doing very healing, nurturing, nourishing feminine work, very divinely aspected and orchestrated in some way, providing a type of sustenance to people that would make them feel very whole in who they are. Almost as if like it was like God and the heavens themselves working through you is the type of energy that I get. So there seems to be a great deal of mismatch between this. And I'm getting that it is, you know, this reading, it is a general reading, right? So just take what resonates. Anything that doesn't apply to your situation, don't take it on. Just, it might not be your group, or, yeah, maybe even just the video, but just see what happens and how you feel if you are drawn into other groups, and, you know, whatever comes out in the rest of the reading. It seems that we're picking up on like one specific person, right? So this could be what you think this one specific person thinks. Or it could even be like how you think you're perceived in general versus what this one specific, it feels like the thoughts of what the person's actual thoughts are, we're drilling down on one person here, okay? And we may get more on a bit of a group, or you know, like a wider audience here as we go, but we'll see what we've got. So there is the fair weather friend. So whoever this person is, what they actually think, they think that you would just climb over their back in a heartbeat to get yourself ahead if you had to, even if it meant putting them down or hurting other people. And I don't feel like they don't think that this is specifically just them. They think that you would be like this to anybody, okay? So it's a significant kind of mismatch here in energy between the two. The other card I'm not going to flip over just because it's probably not appropriate for YouTube, but it does say against the grain. And so this person could actually feel like you kind of go against the grain for the sake of going against the grain, as opposed to just being a person who has such natural, strong kind of character that you would naturally go against the grain. So it's like something here where they feel like it's almost unauthentic, like it's disingenuous or inauthentic. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, okay. So I do want to take more. So some of these people could see you as, I don't know, maybe you could think that people see you as a bit of a bleeding heart, and that's why you kind of do the healing work that you do. But these other people see it as kind of like a stab grab to get ahead. So really weird energy here. I'm going to take some more cards and see, oh, we do want them, what we get. I do feel like you guys would be like the same gender or the same, even if you're not, you would be like the same energy. So, you know, if you're a woman and this is a man, obviously it doesn't have to be so straightforward, but you would both be operating in your feminine energy and vice versa, okay? It almost gives me the energy of this person, they think there's something very unbalanced, or I just got the word unhinged come through. I don't know who this is. Okay. So you may think that people see you as having like a new beginning here, or like you've come into a new opportunity, or I just feel the need to say, guys, because I recognize, even though this might be one person, I'm not like necessarily justifying or defending anything, but it is just what like they think. It doesn't necessarily mean that it is true or anything like that. You know your situation better than anyone else. Don't let somebody else's kind of narrative overtake what you know to be true. But we'll move on. So yeah, you could think people see you as having a new hope, a new mission, a new ambition, like a new goal. It's very much a new goal in life. A new goal, a new opportunity, or a new beginning in some way. All right, I feel like this spewed out. It's the 9 of Cups. What the viewer thinks people think. No. Okay, so it is on this side. It was weird because it kind of spilled out over the top, but it wasn't. I was kind of getting the feeling it wasn't really for that side. So this is what people actually think. So people think that you've had some type of like, I don't know, it's like you've gotten your way with something and it is like a fulfillment to you, but maybe it didn't come from good intentions, or how you achieved it wasn't like good intentions or something. It's like, not even if it's not that, it's like this person thinks that you're smug about something. So, and that you're really like sad on the inside and just trying to push past any uncomfortable emotions so that you don't have to deal with them. This is going to be, I feel like this is like being on blast, all right? Yeah. They see you as a person who would just easily fire off at anyone that opposes you or challenges you. They do see you, they think that you do get very inspired, you do get very passionate, and there's a lot of energy that fuels those things that initially start off as good things, but that it somehow turns into so much more than it needs to be. Like it's almost like it's taken out of context, or it's like overcomplicated, or there ends up being some type of like negative connotation or spin put on it, that you would rather try to be underhanded and go for the shallow win than actually be fair and altruistic and lean into like a loving relationship in some way. I'm getting the word deluded, so this person definitely could see you as being a person that could be a little bit deluded in your thinking, but they also think that you're looking for something outside of yourself that's actually, you know, inside of yourself, and that, what is this? It's like a shaky foundation. It's like something that you're looking for outside of yourself, whether this is like community or stability or like riches, or I know, like it gives me a lot of material goods and possessions. So like you may, if you're a person who buys a lot of stuff, like you know, big on consumerism or something like that, this person may see you as trying to fill the void monetarily with what should be kind of internally or something. It's like there's inner work to be done that's just being pushed to the side, and then focusing on, it's actually, do you know what it is? It's like this person thinks that you just want very superficial material things, that, yeah, it's like you think that once you get that, that's when you'll be happy or something, bypassing the introspection. I don't know. It's like they think that you're moving solo, like on your own, but they think that you're really just unwilling to let go of like whatever this is that, you know, yeah. Okay, so that was a lot. So what are we going to do now? So we've got like what you think, you know, people would think of you, what this one specific person seems to be coming through are thinking of you right now. You guys could be feeling kind of like betrayed or just like torn apart over, I don't know who this person is to you. So if this is like, if you know who this is and it makes sense to you, you know, then I guess you would understand it. But I still get the sense that it feels like a great betrayal or a lot of, I don't even know, it's like, it's swords, but I'm still connecting it with like a lot of hurt. It's like you feel like this person has just left you for dead. It's like, does my character mean nothing to you? Or it's like I'm getting some sort of weird saying or analogy or something come through where it's like, you know, each sword in this person's back, it's like the truth stabbing them 10 times in a row. So is there something here where there is actually like some sort of untruths have been spoken and it's like the truth hurts is kind of the message that I'm getting, which I know, I get this could be like real brutal, okay? All right, so let's move on. So can we put this person, I need to touch on the zodiacs real quick. So we do have Virgo, Gemini, Cancer. I think that's it. Yeah, okay, we'll move on. It doesn't have to resonate. It's only extra confirmation for those that are like, you know, already on that path. Don't let it take away from your reading. It's only taking what resonates. Okay, so all right, so now we're doing like what other people think of you, or like people in general think of you, aside from this one person, okay? Truth. Clarity. Okay, so people think that you are thought-provoking in some way. It's like you come about the truth in a different way. I'm hearing like honestly, but in a different way. There could be something here where people think that you dress the truth up in some way, or that you use like a cutting truth of a version of like just being matter of fact or factual, or I don't know, it's like not sparing people's feelings. They think that you're dressing up that type of energy to actually cut people down as opposed to just tell the truth. Or as, I don't know, this is weird. Sorry guys if this is like a bit brutal here. I feel like, yeah, okay, we're gonna keep going. I mean, by all means, if it's just energy that you're not interested in looking into, you don't have to be here for it. So there is something here too, though, where people do see you as wanting like genuine emotional connection, and that you actually do have a lot to give, and that I think you have the potential, they think you have the potential that to be so loving, to actually have like a genuine healing effect and supportive, soft, nurturing energy and relationships that are really fulfilling, and that in some ways you could actually teach these people how to kind of fill their own cup. Yeah. But there's something here too where they do think that you kind of want what other people have or something, or like you're maybe only seeing the kind of surface aspect of what that looks like, and it's like maybe, yeah, it's like maybe not wanting it for the right reasons is what they think. I don't know. For some of you, I feel like for some of you, that first part still kind of stands up, where it's like, yep, they think that you're this person that has this real, you know, healing, nurturing energy, that you could have a really lovely, fulfilling relationship with you in some way. You'd be like a really good person to have around. But they just see, I don't know, it's an energy here where it's like, do they see other people wanting to put your light out? And if it's not other people, it's almost like a nature of you that's, guys, this feels like really brutal message to deliver, that you may be putting forth like a good offer, but it's empty-handed. Like there's actually nothing in it. Like it would just slip through the cracks of your hands and all of a sudden disappear, and it was just kind of used as a facade. But yeah, I don't know. There's also something here too where they think that you are more stable, grounded, and earthy. Definitely a bit of a humble energy here at times, although it's weird because I feel like it's only snippets. It's like certain parts of you that do come off humble, people really like it and they think about that often in some way. But there are other parts where it's like they see you maybe not wanting to be on other people's level. It's almost like a hierarchy thing, or it's almost like a, and I just can't tell if, yeah. Queen of Pentacles, what do we have? Some of them see you as a person who actually takes quite good stock of your situations and events that have happened. So they actually see you as a person who would know potentially already that you, like that them or some of these people would see you this way. Like you would already know what people think genuinely. But it's like, it's a vast mismatch here. And I don't know. And I am sort of starting to get a little bit more, the more I read into this, it's like you think people could think of you as being like a sad person, or like having lost hope or something in your soul, or like you have been betrayed, or like it's almost gives me like a nothing even matters type of energy. And when I go back to it, on the surface, what these people think is on the surface, it just doesn't look like that. It doesn't match up at all. So yeah. Okay, Spirit's telling me that there's actually nothing else for this group. So group 2, this is a bit of a brutal one. Take care of yourselves, and remember that people's thoughts are not necessarily the truth. You know what has happened. You know, if you feel like this is actually the truth there, then it could be like that highlighting for that kind of turning inward. But I'll leave that up to you. That's all your kind of decision. I feel like you must have some type of spiritual guidance or something that would probably cue you in on this, as it is anyway. And if you don't, there's a type of acknowledgement here, something to do with this scenario, kind of from like a higher power. So whatever that means for you, take care of yourselves. I'll see you in another video, and yeah, bye. Welcoming group 3 to today's reading. Today's reading is going to be what you think people think of you and what they actually think about you. So on the left hand side here is what you think, and on the right hand side is what they actually think. Okay. So we're starting off with this group could be intuitive and somehow in touch with like nature or the divine or animal instincts or something here, but you may feel like you are rebuilding some type of trust with yourself, or that you are developing a type of judgment or your actual instincts, and that you could we do have Aquarius here as well, but you could think that people see you as like very exotic, like a wild beauty, very like untamed, but like unmatched at the same time as well. Or if it's not that, it's like you adorn yourself in very colorful, creative ways, and that you may actually spend lots of money, or you may wear like luxurious items or something like that. Others of you, it's maybe not about like those luxurious items or kind of dressing to the nines, but it's maybe more about using substances from the earth, or like ethically created kind of materials, or you know, like organic green like makeups or something like that. Whatever it is, like the products are kind of clean made or ethically made or sustainable or something. Or it's like happening more and more that I get like these very like eco-friendly or environmentally sustainable type energies come through in groups. So but there's something here where it's like you could think that people see you as like an absolute animal lover, that I don't know, it's like a protector of nature, almost like, I was going to say advocate, but I wonder if it's activist. It could be both. Like you could be you could see yourself as an advocate for nature or for animals, or for people that are not actually, they may not so readily have a voice, or their voice gets drowned out by others or something like that. And something about the little man, so there's that as well. Some of you could see yourself as potentially being a little bit rebellious or a little bit out there. Maybe you like really different things, but you still somehow embrace like an almost pop culture-esque version of something. But there is also the influencer card here as well. So which, I mean, the first two cards in its on its own very much suggest that there could be some type of energy here that you know, is of an influencer grade quality. You guys could see yourself as being a person that other people look up to, that you have a high standing in the community, that you're a person that even if you don't put yourself on too much of a pedestal, that people like the things that you have, or they like the ideals or the morals that you have, that you have a bit of a following, even if it is in close community as opposed to being on a platform. Although we definitely could potentially have people coming through here that are like I want to say like rigid YouTubers that like, you know, have like the influencers that like have crazy amounts of followings. Welcome if you are, but I don't know, it doesn't matter who you are. You could think that people see it's weird, it's almost like an opposing energy. So I wonder if it's like you think different people think different things about you. That would make lots of sense, right? You may think that some people see you as like very glamorous, and other people see you as very colorful or in touch with nature, while other people actually see you as like very much playing it safe and scared to get outside of the comfort zone, while also being a leader in whatever it is that you do. There's very much like a leader-esque type energy here, a little bit entrepreneurial as well. So whatever that means to you, just don't make anything fit that doesn't resonate. You could think that people think of you as a person who likes plants. We already talked about nature. It's like a repeat message coming out. You could like the color gold, or just lots of colors, or you could have like a warmer tone. It doesn't have to be the case. What else do we have here? I think people, like, you could feel very supported by people, very supported actually. Like, yeah, and not just like a few people, like a lot of people. You could think sometimes that other people think that you come off kind of hollow or surface level. or like people don't see what's behind closed doors or behind the scenes. This very much seems like a outward facing appearance, or like how we are when we go out into the world. So that it could be something here to be said for people only see the face that you put on, and that's something that you would think that they think, or something like that. So it's like, yeah, maybe you think other people think that you're just putting on a face or something, or a facade. Okay. All right, let's move on. So the other side. So we're now looking at what they actually think, and we have seen the true you. So this is really weird, because it's like there's this. I do need to say, you could also see yourself as a person. It's weird, the words that I'm using. You could think people think of you as a person who is self-empowered and encourages others to be kind of daring in that same way, where you're empowering other people kind of through that leading by example, or by allowing yourself to do that. You open up the room for other people to do that too. Okay. All right, I'm glad we got that out there before we moved on. So there is seeing the true you. What is it? I'm getting something here about some people may see you as not being as like bright as like what may initially be perceived. And we have perseverance, although they do see you really putting in a lot of effort over the long term. And I don't know, what is this? We get like a little bit of a divine energy here. You could be a person, these people think that you are, or could be a person that kind of I wanted to say dotes on themselves, and I don't think that's correct. It's kind of like they could see you as a person, they could think of you in a way that if you want something, you get it, and it's like nothing's too much. Yeah, it's very much just embracing the wonderful, beautiful things in life, and just having whatever it is that you want. And there's like a seductress type quality or energy to it. They could think of you as like you have like a wild aesthetic in some way as well. If it's not a wild characteristic, but I will just leave that with you, whatever resonates there. There is like I'm still getting drawn into like a divine kind of quality. So some of you, I don't know if I said it before, like an entrepreneurial energy that's actually coming through. All right, so but I think they are seeing you as this like one divine kind of example, leading the way in whatever it is that you do. Like you may be providing some type of sustenance or like nourishment in an area that has nothing. So it could be like whatever it is that you do is very different or very niche, or holistic is a word that I'm getting come through. I feel like I could have done well to have a word like that like a while ago. Don't mind me paying myself out. They could also think of you as a person who, it's like a little bit serious vibes. Maybe it's only in a certain energy. Maybe it's because they like see you working, or they see like what's underneath the work, or why you do what you do. That maybe there's something here where it's like you're trying to lay the pathway down for other people that have been where you have been. Yeah, we're getting lots of divine feminine energy here, although they could actually think that you just like coffee, but it could also be like it's also like cacao ceremonies, and like I just keep getting the words divine feminine coming through. So if I repeat myself, it's just because it's like a very strong message, okay? But it could also be like, you know, all the fancy lattes, it's like that are really good for your health and stuff. So like turmeric lattes and turmeric. Yeah. But also there's like the palm reading. So this would be the group that, yeah, it's like I wonder, do some of you read cards, or you're like psychics, or you do psychometry, or tea leaf reading, or I don't know, like wellness retreats, or like sound healings, or like all those things. I feel like what my Instagram would probably look like is probably what this is what people think of you. Maybe. Yeah. Not maybe, but it is. But I think they do see all of this like kind of divine, like orchestration, or the way that this has come to fruition is from something that is kind of underneath, from like something you've had to experience. So I feel like there could also be like these people could see you as putting what is it? It's like that authentic. I think these people think that it's a lot more authentic than how you may feel you come off. So some of you may feel that other people think that it is a bit disingenuous. It is a little bit put on, like you're putting on a face or a brave face, or some type of like extravagant kind of like clothing or something like that. Or it's like a big show or a big deal. Like it's a put on energy to a degree. People are actually seeing you for what you are. Like, and when I say that, it seems authentic. It's like people think you're authentic to who you are. That's the message trying to come through, which is really beautiful, because not always when people are living in their authenticity. I feel like it's probably easier to see than it isn't if we actually took the time and like gave it the credit that it's due. But also it's like easy to be missed, right? So I think, yeah, people think that you are not one to be missed, that you kind of stand out. You're not hard to see in amongst the crowd. I get like a very balanced, divine, masculine, feminine energy here. So it's like you will be a person who is very in touch with your intuition, but you also take like really lovely, grounded, practical steps in the real world to kind of bring it to, was it being integrated? Yeah. Okay, what else do we have? I do have to say, for some of you, and I've had this come through in one group before, one reading before, where I almost got like a little bit of like a Byron Bay energy. And I know that's not going to be for everyone. Like, it doesn't matter where you live, but it's that kind of aesthetic is coming through a little bit as well. So just take what resonates there, even if, oh my God. Okay. I'm not even going to worry about it. Let's see. People could see you as a person who recovers quickly from like a momentary lapse in judgment, or I don't know, some of them could, I don't know, you could think that's what people think, that you, I don't know. It's like they wonder, you might think people don't take you so seriously, or if that's not the case, you might think people see you as being directionless in some way, or like letting go of everything, potentially living in like a neutrality, or not being attached to outcomes, where it's like you are able to step aside and let a higher force come in to be embodied. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, people see you as reclaiming your authenticity. I feel like for the most part here, people see you as just being a very authentic person, like living in your truth and in your power and in your purpose. And I think people think you're really beautiful, and they think that you've really made something beautiful out of pain or seemingly nothing. And you've really transformed yourself and the way that you navigate the world, and potentially lean into whatever the niche crowd is in the market of whatever it is that you do. it's kind of very like businessy, sort of small business, like, I don't know, might not be small business, but I do feel people do see you as like a person in touch with nature as well. That's definitely that's definitely coming across here. I think people do see you as a little bit luxurious. I have to say it. I think that sort of came through in the like what you could think people think, but they don't really see it. I don't know, as shallow. It's hard to say. It's people in general. What else do we? I feel like we want to take another card. Okay, these ones. So I feel like people see you as an authentic expression of who you are and of the climate that you're in. Authentic to your story, authentic to your being. It's very... So you could think that people think you have trouble communicating, or like trying to find the right words, and that it's hard to say which end of this you may think. It could be, again, what you would think different people think about you, where some people could see you as like really regressed and having used whatever this clutch is as like a bypassing of your evolution versus actually becoming a very evolved person. But I feel like that's more self-doubt. It's like you might not necessarily think people think that, but you could have potential to get in your head and like maybe maybe the thought comes up, but it doesn't really hold weight or something, right? And then it's like what people think of you, they are very curious about you, like they want to know more because it seems kind of mystical or aloof or mysterious, or there's that divine keeps coming through. But they also think that you are naturally like a very inquisitive person as well. And there's something here where... What is that reflection? Some of them just naturally see you as like a reflection of themselves as well. Or that you are also a reflection of your kind of current environment or the people that you're around or something like that as well, potentially. For some of them, they see you as that like divine reflection, kind of from the universe, the physical manifestation or the embodiment of whatever that may be. It's like very, very spiritual group. Like, yeah. People think that you are beautiful, that you take time to beautify yourself, that if you want something that you really value or that you feel adds to this kind of beautiful or divine-esque aesthetic that you have going on, that you will gladly add to it. I am getting all-knowing come through, so just take what resonates, guys. I'm not trying to, like, give anyone a big head or anything. It's just, this is like what's coming through, okay? People could potentially get a little bit embarrassed or nervous, wondering as to whether you notice how flustered they could get around you. Like, some of them could get a little bit coy, and it's not even really what they think, or they could think that maybe you've seen it, but they're kind of wondering more. They're more curious as to whether you've actually like cottoned on to them getting a little bit like flustered or coy or something. It's, yeah. Like, I feel like the blood would actually run to their face. That's, yeah. Okay. Do we have anything else here? I don't know if I could say the word feminine any more times in the reading. You could think people see you as a person who kind of follows like the moon phases and potentially astrology, or like the seasons of nature. So whatever that looks like. And I would say that people do see you that way as well. They do think that is the case. But they also see it as like a beautiful adornment to your aesthetic. Yes. Okay. Is there anything else that I can tell group 3 today? No. That is everything that I have for you guys. Hopefully this is an interesting one, if nothing else. And take care of yourselves. I'll see you in another reading. Thanks for joining me.